Then advantage of full bridge inverters. First one is, the first advantage is no need of an output transformer. Efficiency is high. The current rating of power device is equal to the load current. Next disadvantage, the number of 4 transistors are required. Second disadvantage, the cost is high. Next applications used, these are used in commutation circuit for bridge inverters. Then Mach-Moore Bedford half bridge inverters. This one is the modified form of half bridge inverters. This is the circuit diagram of Mach-Moore Bedford, that is scientist by his name. The circuit was developed known as your Mach-Moore Bedford half bridge inverter circuit. The circuit comprises of 2 number of diodes D1, D2, 2 number of capacitors C1, C2, and 2 number of thyristor T1 and T2. And beside this, the thyristor T1 is connected with an inductor L1, the output of this thyristor T1, and thyristor T2 is connected with an inductor L2 in such a way that an inductor L2 is connected just input to the thyristor T2. Then this one is a half bridge circuit. That's why the entire supply voltage EDC now divided into 2 halves. First one is EDC by 2, second one is EDC by 2. So this one is C1 is equal to C2 is equal to C, the value of capacitance value C1 value is equal to C2 is equal to C, and the inductance L1 is equal to L2 is equal to L. This one is the half bridge circuit of the inverters. Then the construction, it is a complementary impulse commutated inverters. This means that if 2 inductors are tightly coupled, triggering off one thyristor, turn off another thyristors. Main thyristor are T1, T2, feedback diodes are D1, D2. The 2 capacitors are C1 and C2. The magnetically coupled inductors are L1, L2. Inductance is L. Then come to the operation. Mode 1. Thyristor T1 is triggered. Then SCR T1 is turned on. Upper DC source load current I1 to the load. As the load current is constant, voltage drop across L1 is negligible, with 0 voltage drop across L1, T1, C1 and across C2 is EDC load. Mode 2. When SCR T2 is triggered, turn off the SCR T1. The voltage across C1, C2 cannot be changed. Equal voltages is induced across L1. Voltage across thyristor T1 is ET1 is equal to EDC. IC1 is equal to IC2. According to the Kirchhoff's current law, add a node O in the figure. IC1 plus IC2 is equal to I1 plus I2, where IC1 is equal to IC2 is equal to IC3. At this instant T1, when capacitor C1 is charged to supply voltage EDC, that is IC1 is equal to 0 at T1, VCT is equal to 0 just after T1, the current I1 plus Im by 2 through C1 tends to charge it with bottom plate. At T1, the energy stored in inductor L2 is dissipated. This energy is dissipated at instant T2, therefore I2 decays to 0 and a result SCR T2 is turned off at T2. Mode 4. When the current IT2 through L2 and T2 are decays to 0, the load current IL is equal to ID2 still continues flowing through the diode D2 as ID2 during T3 minus T2 interval. Mode number 4. When the current IT2 through L2 and T2 decays to 0, the load current IL is equal to ID2 still continues flowing through the diode D2 as ID2 during T3 T2 intervals. mode 5. As soon as IL equal to ID2 tends to reverse, diode D2 is blocked. Thyristor T2 already get it during the interval T3 minus T2 gets turned on to carry the load current in the reverse directions. The capacitor C1 now charged to the source voltage EDC is ready for commutating the main thyristor T2. This one is the waveform of that particular types of the inverters. This one is the OPQ or the in different instance. This is the line for EDC. This is line for simple EDC. This is the curve drawn between the thyristor current T1 with respect to time t. This one is the turn off time of the thyristor with respect to time t. This one is the current value, instead maximum value, again 0 and again T2 start conducting, and this process will be continued. This one is the IL, that is the load current, whose value initially 0 increases and finally reaches at the maximum value and again 0. This one is the mode number 2 period. In mode number 3, the current value is IL plus IM by 2 at the instant of T2. Similarly, mode 4, mode 5 operation will be continued. Next one is Mach-Moore Bedford full bridge inverter circuit. The circuit comprises of similarly two pairs of thyristors T1, T2, T3, T4. These are the two pairs of thyristor T1, T2, T3, T4. This 4 number of thyristor forms a bridge circuit along with 2 number of coupled inductors L1, L2, L3, L4 are connected here. Beside this, 4 number of, that is 2 pairs of diodes also connected across the circuit. Diode D1, diode D2, diode D3 and diode D4 are connected antiparallel with respective thyristor T1, T2, T3, T4 respectively. Beside this, 2 pairs of capacitors, that is C1, C2, C3, C4 are also connected across the diodes. These are the commutating components, that is C1 helpful for triggering the thyristor T1, C2 responsible for turning off the thyristor T2, C3 responsible for turning off the thyristor T3, and C4 responsible for turning off the thyristor T4, C1 responsible for turning off the thyristor T1. The load is connected and the in between the 2 number of bridge circuit. EDC is the supply voltage or input voltage that is applied to the circuit. So here C1 is equal to C2 is equal to C3 is equal to C4 is equal to C, and L1 is equal to L2 is equal to L3 is equal to L4 is equal to L. Operation. The Mach-Moore Bedford full bridge inverter circuit can be realized by connecting 2 half bridge inverters. For mode 1, thyristor T1, T2 are conducting and load current flows through EDC, T1, L1 load, Z1, L2 and T2. Voltage across C1, C2 is 0, but the capacitors C3, C4 are charged to voltage EDC. For initializing the commutation of T1, T2 thyristor, T3, T4 are triggered. This reverse bias T1, T2 by the voltage minus EDC and makes them turn off. So during the turn off period, the T1, T2 whenever start conducting, the path of the current will be T1, L1, load, L2, T2, Vs, EDC and Vs. So the path of the current will be EDC, T1, L, D1, L2, T2 and EDC. Whenever T1, T2 turn off, T3, T4 start conducting, so the path of the current will be like this, that is EDC, T3, L3, load, T4, L4, T4, again return back source voltage EDC. So in this way, the T1, T2 will start conducting. In the same time, T3, T4 will commutation mode, and T3, T4 are turning on for commutating the thyristor number T1 and T2. So this process will be continued.